Could it be illegal to criticize your city's elected officials? No. You don't need to watch till the end of this video to find out. I'll just go ahead and tell you now. No, it's not. Then why was this Arizona woman arrested after speaking during a city council meeting? Well, let's watch and find out.
Before we do that, I'd like to acknowledge the speaker who wanted to speak on item number 4, I believe. The call to the public.
Would you call the public?
Yeah.
Okay. We had Miss Massey wanted to do the call to public.
Am I the only one?
Yeah.
So this is cool. Surprise, Arizona has an opportunity for people to sign up to speak directly to the city council during its regularly scheduled meetings. Makes sense? Okay.
So I'm going to take this time. I know you guys need to go into e-session, so out of respect for that. The item that I had requested to speak on earlier was during the consent agenda, item number 6, as it pertains to the contract of employment for the city attorney. So I'm going to start this off with, in the contractual agreement with Mr. Robert Wingo, there is a stipulation that says he can renegotiate his pay rate for an exceptional job. Cambridge University defines exceptional as something that is much greater than usual, especially in skill, intelligence, quality, etc., i.e. what is not expected of somebody in a role.
I think we all know
and
that.
I have concerns with allocating more funds to him specifically for a few different reasons. Point number 1 is, according to an article that was published in the Surprise Independent just shy of 12 months ago by Jason Stone, the city attorney is the second highest paid individual in the entirety of the City of Surprise employees. And at that time, he was listed at making about $266,000 annually.
Kids, go to law school, move to Surprise, Arizona, become the city attorney. That sounds like a sweet gig.
Where this becomes important is he is 11th overall in the entire state, and he actually only makes $10,000. Again, at the time the article was printed, less than the attorney in Scottsdale, and Scottsdale has about 100,000 people larger than what Surprise covers.
I understand her argument here. She's saying, look, we don't have a comparable budget to the city of Scottsdale because a town of Surprise is small. In fact, just zooming in here, actually, Surprise looks pretty nice. What is this? What is that restaurant? Anyways, where was I? Oh, Surprise is not that big, and so she thinks it's weird that he's making a lot of money. Maybe so. Doesn't make it illegal. And if he's a city employee, then his pay is subject to the decision of the city council. It's not necessarily illegal for him to be overpaid. In fact, it's not illegal for him to be overpaid. But I wonder if she has any complaints about how he's been doing his job, or if she's about to say that he's just been exceptional.
Recent months have uncovered numerous violations or alleged violations and in blatant disregard, I would say, for not only the Arizona revised statutes, the state bar rules of professional conduct, but also the Arizona state constitution.
Okay, so she's levied some pretty serious allegations against him, although she has said that there were allegations and also perhaps violations. Those are very, very different things. We're going to have to see some proof because she's accused him of violating the Constitution, violating the statutes, and violating the ethical rules that govern lawyers. Those are really serious allegations. It's doubtful to me that she's going to have the evidence that she needs in this meeting to talk through that, but let's see what happens.
And the Bill of Rights at the federal level.
Sorry, she's got one more thing that she wants to complain about. He's violating the Bill of Rights. So she's very displeased with this guy. All right.
Title 16, I won't rehash everything, but we are all too well and familiar with what took place during the election season and the violations thereof. City clerk is our elections officer. Nothing was done with the violations, and the city attorney did nothing as far as that. Title 9 and 38 have conflict of interest pieces of information, and it was deemed that there was a conflict of interest. Title 39, there are numerous public records requests that I have open right now that are, quote, pending legal review that I am entitled to request.
I've got to interrupt you here because...
Okay, are you going to stop the timer?
This is the public meeting forum that you agree to when you speak, and I want to read this to you. that there are oral communications during the city council meeting may not be used to lodge charges or complaints against any employee of the city or members of the body, regardless of whether such person is identified in the presentation by the name or by any other reference that tends to identify him or her.
That's all fine.
Wait. Why is this elderly magician or host at an Italian restaurant or whatever this guy's real job is? Why is he saying that if you are speaking to the city council, you can't criticize a government employee? Why would someone be saying that? That doesn't make sense. You can only schedule time to talk to the city council if you're happy with everything that everyone's doing.
Fine, well and good, but that's a violation of my First Amendment rights.
So that's, well, this is your warning, okay?
Warning for what?
A warning for attacking the city attorney personally.
You are violating my First Amendment rights.
That's your opinion.
It's not a matter of opinion.
Do you want to be escorted out?
Ah! What? Zoom in on this lady. That's amazing. Okay, let me hear a little bit more before we dive into this First Amendment issue.
Ms. Massey? Because that's what's going to happen. And it's going to happen in the future also. Anytime you attack
That's
any
why you changed
staff
the rules.
Or any
That's why you
city-
changed the rules.
This has been on the back of this form.
I understand,
all the
Mayor
time.
Hall, but that is completely unconstitutional.
No, it's
You're
not.
also engaging in debate, and so you should actually be
Anyway,
yielding the floor to somebody else
okay.
managing.
Chief, could you have somebody come down here and escort Ms. Massey out of
Really,
this
is that
chamber?
necessary?
Yes, I
In
think
front
it
of my
is.
10-year-old daughter, you're going to escort me
That's
out
fine.
for expressing my
She
First
can go
Amendment
with
rights.
you. She can go with you.
He basically said he's going to have a cop drag her out, and then he offered to let the daughter be dragged out as well.
Drop-kicking toddler would be justified.
Counterpoint, she could just walk out right now. I know you guys don't want to hear me say that, but she doesn't have to get dragged out by the cops if he's telling her that's the way it's going to go. But again, before we jump into the First Amendment stuff, I want to see how this plays out.
I'm not leaving.
Well,
Need you to step out with me.
I'm expressing my first. Do not touch me. Do not put your hands on me.
Need you to step out with me. Right
Do
now.
not put your hands.
We were talking about the First Amendment, but now it sounds like we're also going to have to talk about the Fourth Amendment. Let's see what else happens.
Come on out.
Do not put your hands on me.
Come out with me now before you get arrested. Do you understand?
Are you detaining me?
Yes. Do you understand?
Why am I being detained? Under what charges? Under what charges?
okay, so I'll...
Hey, I have personal property.
Oh my word, you could hear a council member say this is not necessary. This is a dude in the blue shirt, right? Right here. That was crazy. When is a cop allowed to detain you? Do you know? If the cop has probable cause to believe that you have committed a crime. What crime could she have committed in that instance? None. Not one. Nothing at all. It is not a crime to talk back to the mayor. It is not a crime to disagree with the mayor. She was not told that her time was up. And actually, after he paused her, she never said another thing about the city attorney. So she didn't even get a chance to violate this rule that he says that exists. And I'm sure the rule is printed on the form, but I am telling you, if there is a rule from the government that you can't speak critically about a member of the government, that rule is illegal and cannot be enforced. This lady has a pretty strong case on liability for a violation of her First and Fourth Amendment rights. She doesn't have a strong case on damages in that the whole encounter was very brief, unless in fact she was arrested after this. But really, everyone knows you can't just write on the back of a form, hey, we don't do the First Amendment here in Surprise, Arizona. Surprise, there's only 9 amendments. I mean, come on. The thing with the cop is absurd. Can't remove her just because the mayor doesn't like what she has already said. I hope she finds an attorney and I hope she sues because she can probably win, although it's probably not worth that much money. That's my thoughts on it. People like this who have an opportunity to stand up for the rest of us, I kind of hope they do it. Those are my thoughts. But what are your thoughts on Rebecca Massey being criminally trespassed by this city council? You think the council members should be allowed to kick people out for being rude or talking about things I don't want to talk about? Drop your pro se opinion down below, and don't forget to lawyer up and hit that subscribe button. See ya.